Then, with permission, I'd also like to welcome Jack Sargent to the Assembly and to congratulate him on the maturity of his opening speech, very confidently delivered, and we look forward to hearing a lot more of him. The First Minister will know that lots of people in North Wales think the letters NHS stands for National Health Shambles. Since 2010, the NHS has cut the number of beds in Wales by 18%, but in Betsy Cadwaladr Health Board, they've been cut by even more, down by 21%. 10 days ago, the Betsy Cadwaladr senior staff met with Denbigh councillors to explain why they're cutting 10 beds in Denbigh Hospital but only opening 5 in Ruthin. Last week, the Daily Post reported that health chiefs are blaming extraordinary ongoing pressures for patients sleeping in equipment rooms and in corridors in Llandudno General Hospital because of a lack of hospital beds. And Margaret Cowan, who was visiting her father in that hospital, said there used to be 12 wards in Llandudno. Now we have only 3 left. The people of this town deserve to know what is going on. Can the First Minister tell the people of Wales what is going on in the National Health Service in Wales?
Funding it at a level higher than England. That's what happens with the health service in Wales, making sure that the money is available for health and social care. We're seeing social care collapsing in England. We're seeing councils declaring themselves, Tory councils declaring themselves bankrupt in England. So making sure the money is there. Yes, there are challenges, and we know that. And those challenges will need to be met head-on by the health boards. But he says National Health Shambles. Perhaps he would like to put that to the doctors and nurses who work in the health service, both in North Wales and elsewhere. And let me remind him, and I'll take him there perhaps when it's built, of the Cernic in Ysbyty Glan Clwyd, a major investment in Ysbyty Glan Clwyd. An investment decision that was taken by me at a time when it was being suggested that those services should move over the border. I made sure that an independent group of experts was brought together and a case was made to ensure that it was built in Ysbyty Glan Clwyd. So we will ensure that where those services can be made available to the people of North Wales, that they are made available, and the Cernic is an example of that.
Knows that for every success there are masses of failures, and 4 of the health boards out of 7 are in special measures or target intervention, as the Leader of the Opposition pointed out earlier on. The Welsh Labour Government has a direct responsibility for the state of the health service in Wales. The Cabinet Secretary chairs meetings of the Betsy Cadwaladr Health Board now, and a statement was issued on the 1st of February saying that the Welsh Government continues to work with the board to ensure patients are not adversely affected by the need to improve financial management. We know, though, from the report that Deloitte's made on the Financial Recovery Group in Betsy, that governance structure is poorly defined and misunderstood by board members themselves. This Financial Recovery Group meets in private. It doesn't publish any of its papers, and it doesn't actually publish any minutes. So there's a secret financial recovery review which is being hidden from the members of the public. Why doesn't the First Minister take special measures himself to ensure that public confidence can be increased by being more open and transparent, just as in Hywel Dda we had problems only 2 weeks or so ago because of leaked reports? Why don't we have a more open and transparent health system? Why don't we make it more democratic?
Well, I can say the Cabinet Secretary has increased the oversight from ourselves on actions to reduce the forecast in terms of the finances and to ensure services and patients are not adversely affected by the need to improve financial management. We have said that. We expect the financial recovery actions to result in the Health Board meeting the revised forecast at the end of this year. We commissioned the Deloitte's report in order to assist both the Board and ourselves in terms of planning for the future. And the Board is expected to demonstrate progress on the actions in that report to meet the recommendations set out by April of this year.
First Minister will remember that last week, in my paper on my question on the agenda, I noted that the Deloitte's report said that the financial and strategic planning at the Health Board is simplistic, with budgets generally rolled forward into next year. And again, the Leader of the Opposition pointed out the disastrous financial performance of these boards. Parts of this Deloitte's report also said there is limited insight regarding how the Health Board is ultimately going to recover the financial position, and a distinct lack of secondary questioning from board members to facilitate detailed debate and discussion across key areas of risk. Executive-level leadership capability and capacity needs to be enhanced. Labour has been in charge of the health service in Wales for 20 years nearly, since 1999. Does he accept personal responsibility for presiding over a health service that in many parts of the country is worthy only of the third world?
That is a wholly outrageous comment. Let me just educate him a little so he looks beyond his own nose. The third world is an old-fashioned and discriminatory description anyway. We talk of the developing world these days. Let me tell you. So, there was a hospital in Uganda in Mbale serving 7 million people. And several million people. It had 7 consultants serving all those people. You could have an endoscopy there, but if the endoscopy discovered some issue that had to be resolved, whether it was perhaps a stomach ulcer or worse, there was no treatment. People died of stomach cancer because they could not afford the treatment. Half the patients who entered that hospital went in there with malaria, which the doctors found very difficult to treat. Yes, they were able to perform miracles when it came to A&E, but many, many people died of preventable illnesses. And he stands there and he compares the Welsh Health Service with 1,000 consultants for 3 million people, and he compares it with those conditions I saw in Mbale. He belittles the people of Mbale and Uganda by his appalling comments.